Today is day 60, and right now we're celebrating fruit from the tree. We're selling green smoothies, and we're celebrating me becoming tefillin, which I haven't done for oh my gosh, 50 years.
Wow,
50 years is the last time. That's true, isn't it?
that's been a while.
It's been a while. Anyway,
So,
visited by Hannah and Mandy, and they said to us, me and Josh, do you want to do tefillin? Do you want to celebrate life? Do you want to celebrate what being a Jew is? And I said, sure. And then right now, so we're doing it. In my mind, I told them earlier, like green smoothies, like drinking green smoothies on a daily basis. I believe in all my heart and soul, the war between Israel and all the other countries stuff. In my mind.
From your mouth to God's ears.
From my mind to God's ears. That's what I shoot for.
Green smoothies and tefillin together.
Well, that's what I shoot for, believe it or not.
Life's gonna be better. Green smoothie, tefillin. He's got everything in one day.
And that's actually one of the reasons why I started the store was because of David Duke.
Really?
Yes, I started, of course, in 1992. I saw an article about David Duke in the Daily News. He said the Jews are a menace to this country, and I said I got to do something about it.
You're doing a great job.
Well, it's not where it should be.
So now you're going to repeat after me.
I need to take it to the next level of green smoothies, fruit, and tefillin. Because there's one life and one love. That's all secret. Good.
Okay, go. Baruch.
Baruch.
Atah. Adonai.
Adonai.
Eloheinu.
You're standing Eloheinu.
Melech. Haolam.
Alam.
Asher.
Kidishanu.
B'mitzvotav.
B'mitzvotav.
B'tzivanu. Lehaniach. Tefillin.
Okay.
And one around our arm, opposite our heart.
Why explain why you're doing this? What's the meaning of it?
Yes, I will. Let's make the second blessing. Baruch. Atah. Adonai. Eloheinu. Melech. Haolam. Asher. Kidishanu. B'mitzvotav. B'tzivanu. Al. Mitzvah. Tefillin.
And why do you do tefillin?
What are we doing here?
I have no idea.
Within these boxes, there are pieces of parchment which upon them are written passages from the Bible.
Okay.
They describe the devotion of God to the Jewish people, and in return the devotion of the Jewish people to God. It describes how God took us out of Egypt, and He gave us the Torah, and in return we study His Torah, and we perform His mitzvot, His commandments. So we put one opposite our heart, and one on our head, on top of our brain, because at this moment when you make your prayer, you're devoting your heart, your emotions, your mind, your intellect to Hashem. Are you ready?
I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes.
Now, I heard it once, but I don't know if you're familiar with it. It says, how do you know God is God? I heard something written about called the code. You know the code?
I'm unfamiliar with the code.
You familiar with the code? Well, one of the questions to the Jewish people, how do you know that God is God? And he says, we'll find a way of proving God is really God. And what they did is they studied the Torah. And they prepared the 50 greatest scholars of Judaism of all time. And by looking at the Torah, they discover the date of birth and the date of death of every great Jewish scholar was written in the Torah. That's written in something called the Code. I don't know if that's true or not, but I did take a course in that. You familiar with that?
I'll look it up.
Yeah, it's called the Code. And they say, how do you know God is God? You know, everybody has to say this God is God, but how do you know it's really God? And I thought that was a good question.
It's a very good question. So now we're going to say the prayer.
You want to answer that in your terms?
I'm going to answer it in a moment.
Okay.
And we'll say,
Shema,
Yisrael, Adonai, Eloheinu, Adonai, Echad, Baruch, Shem, Kvod, Malchuso, Leolam, Vaed, Va'ahavta, Eis, Adonai, Elohecha, Bechol, Levavecha, Ovechol, Nafshecha, Ovechol, Meodecha.
I understand Hebrew.
Oh, look at it. You can read Hebrew also?
Well, not really.
Okay.
I mean, I could.
V'hayu, Hadvarim, Ha'ela, Asher, Anochi, Mitzavecha, Hayom, Al, Levavecha, Vishinantam, Levanecha, V'dibarta, Bam, V'shiftecha, V'veisecha, Uvelechtecha, V'aderech, Uveshachpecha, Uvkumecha, Ukshartam, Leos, Al, Yadecha, V'hayu,
היו.
לתותפוס.
לטופוס.
בין.
בין.
עיניך.
עיניך.
וכספתם.
וספתם.
על
על
מזוזות.
מזוזות.
ביסך.
ביסך.
ובשעריך.
בשעריך.
Great
What's that guy
job.
do with the green smoothie? You gotta drink the green smoothie.
Okay.
Ready?
Make a bracha. Baruch.
Roch.
Atah.
Atah.
Adonai.
Adonai.
Eloheinu.
Eloheinu.
Melech.
Melech.
Haolam.
Halom.
Shahakol.
Shachakol.
Niyah.
Niya.
Bidvaro.
Bidvaro.
Okay, me and Josh have never become officially bar mitzvah.
Bar mitzvah.
Okay. Well, we do videos. Is that it? Okay.
Mazel tov, simin tov, simin tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simin tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simin tov. Yeah, hey,